UK-based comedian Seyi. Yes, he's a UK-based comedian. He does not base in Nigeria. He lives in the UK. He's among those that campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu using the tribal tone. Seyi is one of those that set this election on a tribal precedent. He has penned an emotional letter to the president urging him about the hunger in the land. I don't know how he got to know there's hunger in the land because he doesn't live in Nigeria. He stays in the UK. I wonder how someone who lives in the UK will come and tell you people in Nigeria to vote for somebody in Nigeria and you will listen to him. But before then, he came under fire yesterday when he said that he would rather stay with Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the wilderness. Now, look at what he said yesterday, and people attacked him fiercely. He said, I would rather stay with Moses through the wilderness to Canaan than eat and drink wine in slavery in Egypt at the expense of my children's future. This was what he said yesterday, and he came under severe, intense attack because you are telling the people in Nigeria that they are in wilderness, but you campaign for them that they are going to go to Canaan. But you left Nigeria and you travel to the UK because you have the wherewithal or the money, wherever you got the money from, to travel to the UK. And now you are not telling them to endure the hunger, to endure the hardship while they are in wilderness and stay with Moses, whoever your Moses is. I don't think it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now he has penned an open letter to Mr. President, and I want you to listen to the wordings of this letter. He said, Mr. President at official birth, I know you are not new to the complexity of governance in Nigeria, and I truly hope you are seeing the pulse of the nation at this point in time. I'm one of your ardent supporters, and I won't hesitate to be one of your critics when necessary. Sir, may I cast your mind back to 2012 when your party was able to convince Nigeria, who had just had a beautiful Yuletide celebration, to take over the street in protest of the removal of subsidy on fuel. It was such a turning point for Jonathan's administration and usher in President Muhammadu Buhari. It might interest you to know that I wasn't one of the Nigerians convinced then to vote Buhari. Can you not imagine what great protest it would be for Nigerians to troop into the street because of hunger, insecurity, and inability to afford basic amenities? I don't want to imagine it and talk more of joining them. Your Excellency, good intentions are mere intentions without proper implementations. There are certain things that are expected will be quickly fixed to mitigate the impact of the fuel subsidy removal. I'm yet to see a full implemented plan in the short term. I used Moses and the Israelite journey from Egypt as an analogy in one of my write-up, and it wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate, as you probably know that the Israelites got to a point and began to complain, preferring to go back to slavery in Egypt rather than moving forward. They got tired of manna, and now Nigerians are asking, where is our manna for this time? I waited for almost 2 years to join a protest against the former president Buhari's administration because I believe that at least every new administration needs a minimum of 1.5 years to stabilize. For every tick and talk on the clock, time is running on your administration. Mr. President, it will be sad to lose the goodwill of over 8.9 million people who voted for you because of the incompetence of the people in your cabinet. I don't know who he's trying to shift the blame to right now. He's trying to shift the blame to the people in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet. Well, Peter Obi said, no, I won't shift the blame. I will take the blame. I believe at the mark of 1 year, there should be an appraiser of everyone, and those found wanting must go. Please, sir, we are waiting patiently on the PCN buses initiative and soft measures on food availability and affordability. The issue of electricity is deeply concerning. We need members of your cabinet to communicate more effectively with visible action plans. Nigerians follow the cautious updates from the Minister of Interior, the actions of Governor Wike, and the progress of Minister Bosun Tijani. We are therefore forced to ask what the others are doing because we don't want a situation where someone who serves with you will enjoy the liberty of going on the media to proffer solutions where he or she has failed. While I support your excellency, I will keep asking the tough questions. I will not stop until you achieve success for the greater good of the nation. The nation must and should be better for all. Thank you, your excellency. Now, this was the letter he actually penned, and from what Seyi is saying currently, he's taking every blame away from Bola Ahmed Tinubu and he's putting it on the ministers of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the question you must ask yourself, who appointed those ministers? Who appointed them? Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the one that appointed Beta Edu, and he was the one that appointed all the ministers. So, Trying to shift the blames on the minister is gaslighting. The person we are focused on is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He was the one that convinced Nigerians to vote for him. If people actually voted for him, because to date the election is being contested. Yes, the election is being contested. And he was the one that convinced, not the ministers. Nobody knew of the ministers. Nobody knew any of the ministers. All people saw was Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They voted for him because of the antecedent they believe he did in Lagos, which they believe he did in Lagos. And they gave him the vote to rule Nigeria. Now, currently, hardship is the order of the day. And trying to take away the blame from Bola Ahmed Tinubu is sheer hypocrisy. And that is what most of his supporters, the APC supporters, have been. Sheer hypocrisy. They don't want to face the real truth. They want to, go through the corner. People are hungry. There is protest everywhere. Seyi is talking about people going to the street. People are started going to the street already. Yes, because the level of hunger, the level of inflation, the level of hardship, the level of insecurity that has risen under Bola Ahmed Tinubu is times 10 more than what people saw under President Muhammadu Buhari. This is just barely 1 year in office. And it's a cumulative effect. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not done anything. Because if there was a measure that was put in place from the very first day he was announced as the winner of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and inaugurated, I am sure there would have been visible result by now. But it shows that nothing has been put on ground to help and mitigate the high cost of living that Nigerians are currently facing. The removal of subsidy was actually the catalyst that blew everything out of proportion. And why the subsidy was removed, every candidate campaigned that they were going to remove subsidy, but only Mr. Peter Obi has a visible plan to cushion the effect of subsidy. You are removing subsidy, but yet the cost of your governance is very high. Look at what happened when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to the United Nations General Assembly. Look at the amount of money that was spent. Look at the amount of money that was spent when they traveled to Dubai for the COP28. Look at the amount of money that the National Assembly are spending for the purchase of SUV. All these things on taxpayer money. That is a problem. You are removing fuel subsidy and the brunt is being borne by the citizens. Not the politicians, not the national assemblies, not the aid of the politicians, but the citizens who are the larger majority. And you expect them not to protest. You expect them not to shout. The defense minister was saying that people should not talk against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That was a very stupid statement. That was a very stupid statement. Rather than trying to gaslight people not to speak against the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the defense minister, Metawali, should go and answer the corruption case he had when he was the governor of Zamfara State. People are complaining and people will still complain. People are protesting and people will still protest. The only thing Nigerians want to hear is for them to eat. You cannot tell somebody that is hungry not to cry. You cannot tell somebody that is in pain not to cry. Nigerians don't want to experience what they are experiencing now. They don't deserve it. Absolutely not. They don't deserve it. So it's better for Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do the right thing, or else step aside with your cabinet. That is the truth. Thank you very much for watching. Do have a lovely day.